You are now listening to Playbook Radio. Here is your host, Martin Williams.
And welcome to Playbook Radio. My name is Martin Williams. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. You may do so on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. All the links to the podcast can be found at gameplayandplaybook.com. That's gameplayandplaybook.com. So today what I wanted to talk to you about is visualization. And it's something that a lot of people have heard, but they don't necessarily understand. Some people think that it doesn't work or it's some sort of, a joke or something like that. But I assure you that it's not a joke. I assure you that it does work. And it's one of the core principles in creating the type of life that you want to create. And specifically, what I wanted to talk to you about is the importance of visualizing exactly what it is that you want. Sorry there. Visualizing exactly what it is that you want. Because a lot of times I think what happens is that people, they get careless in their visualization, or they get, they get confused or they get overwhelmed, and you start trying to see everything and start trying to visualize everything instead of visualizing exactly what it is that you want. It's kind of like channels on a TV. You have, how many different channels do you have, with your various cable services? Probably like 100, right? And then you have, YouTube, which has billions of videos, and then you have the internet, which has billions of videos. And so there's so much content, there's so many things that you can watch. There's only a certain segment of things that you actually want to watch or are interested in watching. But we don't treat our lives the same way. Like, we don't treat visualization the same way. You try to visualize, or you're visualizing things that you don't want to happen. You're visualizing outcomes that you don't want. If let's say you went to the mall and you wanted to get a parking space, right? You don't want to get a parking space 3 miles away from, the door, right? I'm exaggerating, but you get my point. You want a space close, especially if it's raining, or especially if it's super hot or super cold, right? You want a close space. So why not visualize that? Why not visualize getting the seat that you want on the airplane, right? I know that I, whenever I fly, I visualize, getting a good seat and sitting, where I can be relaxed and, not be, talked to the entire flight. It's not that I'm antisocial, but sometimes, I'm traveling, I'm tired, I just want to sleep, or I just want to be able to, relax and listen to my music. I don't want to engage in a conversation so much, but, I just visualize the type of experience I want to have. I visualize, a safe takeoff, safe landing, a safe flight, and it works. That's exactly what ends up happening. And the reason that it works is that, when you visualize, you implant this vision in the subconscious mind. And what your subconscious mind starts to do is that it starts to create that vision in your life, but it creates it in a way that's subtle. It creates it in a way that is not really on a conscious level, because it is a subconscious. It creates that vision. It creates the reality through your decision making, through certain actions, certain things that happen throughout the day. And sometimes you go in one direction instead of another direction, and you can't really explain why. And the reason why is that you're following your core vision. Now, if you don't pay attention to your core vision, if you don't pay attention to what you're visualizing on a daily basis, then we oftentimes just continue what we're doing, and whether we like it or not, whether it's successful or not, or producing the type of things that we want in life or not, we just continue doing the same thing over and over again because we're not taking the lead in creating our life vision and our life goals. And so what you want to do is you want to write down the things that you want to accomplish in a day. You start with your daily goals. And once you write that down, visualize that goal as being completed. Don't worry about how it's going to happen, right? Don't worry about how you're going to be able to, accomplish that particular outcome. Just visualize it as completed and really get into the habit of doing this. So if you're in business, if you want to get a sale, visualize the sale, right? Visualize the client signing on as a new client. Visualize, someone handing you a check or handing you money in exchange for a product or a service. It's so simple that you can mess it up by thinking, well, it has to be harder than that. No, it doesn't have to be harder than that. And what that does, when you start doing that and we start living this way, when you start visualizing a successful outcome, what will happen is that you will make decisions. You will start doing things in a different way, and you may not even realize it. You may not even realize what you're doing. But what's happening is that vision is adjusting your behavior and it's adjusting your actions. And what was, when you were doing things that wasn't working before, now you're starting to do things that do work because your vision has set you on the right track. Okay. But it doesn't happen if you don't start. So take your goals and visualize exactly what you want to happen, not what you think is going to happen, not what you hope is going to happen. Visualize exactly what you want to happen. It's almost like you're ordering this thing to happen, right? If you go to a restaurant, you order something, you want the thing that you ordered. You don't want, if you don't want green peppers or you don't want onions, then you don't order that, right? You order exactly what it is that you want to happen. And that's what comes back into your life when you get good at this, when you start practicing this over and over again. So thank you so much for listening. My name is Martin Williams. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for listening to Playbook Radio. If this episode helped you, please share it with family and friends. For more about Playbook strategies, please go to GameplanPlaybook.com.